Welcome to Math 115. This video is intended to show you how to get to MyLabsPlus. This is the online platform where you will be completing your homework, your quizzes, your tests, where your book is offered. Pretty much all the information we need, except for, pretty much all the information actually. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to navigate to my.umt.edu. And this is the kind of jump off the portal for the university. You can see there's all sorts of different useful links on here. There's the course catalog, there's the course search, there's a link to Moodle, Cyberbear, your student email. You do want to make sure that this is clicked on student here. This looks slightly different if it's on employee. You won't see your student email and things will be in a different order. The one we're actually interested in, though, is MyLabsPlus. So you would go ahead and click on MyLabsPlus, and this prompts you for your NetID and your password here. Your NetID is the first initial, last initial, and then 6 digits. It's the same login information you use to go on to Cyberbear or to check your student email. So that's the information you'll put in here. Once you log in there, it will bring you to the website. It looks something like this. Depending on which section you're in, you'll click on the appropriate section. It'll probably only show one section for you, unless, right at the beginning of the semester, if you changed sections a couple of times or something like that, you might end up with more there, in which case you'd want to make sure you click on the correct one. I forgot to mention, there will be an end user license agreement you have to click on, you have to read through and agree to in order to get in here. And once you do, you'll see something that looks kind of a more simplified version of what I have here. These icons that are on the left of a bunch of these mean that those links are not visible to, for students. So you'll actually see course home, syllabus, you'll see this stuff here. Let me just walk through some of these. And this is in the wrong class. Let me actually jump over into this other one. I've set it up more towards what you will see. Alright, so looking at the course home here. When you click on the course home, or when you first click into the shell, this is what you will see. There is your calendar up here, and as homework becomes available, that shows up on here. You can see there's a bunch of stuff available already. I need to fix it because not everything should be available for you right now. And as things come due, you can see the first assignment is due Thursday night, the 20th. So, class starts the 19th, and you need to do the first assignment the 20th. So I'm kind of trying to start things off right off the bat because we do have a shortened semester since we're trying to finish up before Thanksgiving. Alright, in any case, if I flip over to the next week, you can see there's more stuff due, and that's one way for you to see when things are coming due. Another way is right here, it says what to work on next. It actually shows you the next few assignments that are due and how long you have before they're actually due. Scrolling down a little bit, we have your overall score, which is actually your grade for the course. This is going to be accurate throughout the course, unless there's any changes that I need to do. If you point out that I made an error or something like that, that of course won't show up until I make the change. But other than that, it should be absolutely accurate. As you submit assignments throughout the semester, they will show up on here, so you can kind of get a general idea of where, how well you're performing. Of course, you'll know that elsewhere, but let's see the syllabus. I have a link to the syllabus here. I think this isn't. No, this is the current version. You will have already seen, or I will have already sent you an email for the syllabus, so you'll want to read through that one. I'm not going to go through it right now. The next link is homework, quizzes, and tests. So all of your homework for the semester Not only does it show up on the course home, it actually shows up on here. I actually kind of prefer it in here because this doesn't change throughout the semester, except with the exception of more stuff getting added in. This stuff won't be visible for you right away. I need to hide that actually. Actually, several of these things I need to hide. You're going to start off, for the first test, it's only going to be over chapters 1 and 2. So that stuff right there is all the stuff that's going to be due before the first test comes up. And you can see the due dates show up on here. Here's the 30th. The very first thing is due the 20th. That's what we saw on the other page. I do have a fractions practice thing on here that's not graded, which means you don't have to do it if you don't want to. It will be omitted from your grade, whatever you get on there. You can do as little or as much as you'd like. I do think it's a good idea to brush up on your fractions. The quizzes, I guess I figured out something else I need to change. You will get 3 attempts on each quiz. Only the highest attempt will be taken into account, and you're given 50 minutes. That's the time limit for each quiz. When it comes available, your test will show up on this list as well. It'll just be on wherever the bottom is at the time. Let's see. I have recorded, right now there's only Chapter 8 and Chapter 9 lectures on here. This is from last semester, but you can see I clicked in here. Section 8.1, I recorded lectures during when the coronavirus stuff started happening. I recorded a bunch of lectures and put them on there. I will be, I may be adding to that, or I might be putting it on Moodle. I haven't quite decided yet, but it's just another link to check out. This link here, it says your grades, and guess what? It's your grades. It will show whatever your grade is currently, 0% because I haven't done anything. And it'll show each individual assignment down here. If you complete an attempt on a quiz and you want to go review that quiz, you can see it in here. It'll just show up down there. Or actually any assignment at all. Every assignment will show up in here. You may end up having to filter through it. It probably will default to the past 2 weeks or something, so you may have to change some of these filters to be able to see everything. But your grades are visible in there. Next up we have a link for the book, and when I click on that, you can see you can select which chapter. We're going to be starting off with Chapter 1. We're going to be starting off Section 1.1. There are several different resources with each of these sections. If I just hit select all and hit find, then it'll bring up, it brought up this stuff down here. Looks like there's several different animations for, I could filter those out just by unclicking animations there. But you can see this is how you find all the different resources that are available in your book. So the animations, you have interactive figure. The multimedia textbook, this is the actual, it's a link to the actual book, so let me go ahead and get that loading. It does take a couple seconds to load, so while it's loading I'll keep talking. You have your PowerPoint here. These are PowerPoint videos, or PowerPoints rather, that the author provided. I don't know how much value they would be necessarily. And similarly, the section video lectures that show up here, those are also videos that are from the authors of the book. So those are all the things that are available for you there. Let me see. There it is. So this is the book. I clicked that link and it was loading in the background. This is laid out just like a physical textbook. I mean, this is just a physical textbook but in digital form. And you can read through. I do recommend, I do think it's a good idea to read through the book. It's one thing to watch videos or to hear lectures or something like that, but I think if you can't reference back to things, it can be awfully hard to remember them in the future. And some people just taking notes, they're able to reference back to their notes. That's sufficient for them. I personally prefer just using the book. When I'm trying to learn a material, I'm able to reference back in the book itself and reread exactly what was said and not have to search through an hour of video or something like that. to try to hear the exact words that were said before. In any case, let's see. There are some things I wanted to show you in the book here. There are occasional links. So you can see these links right here. There's the interactive figure, there's an animation, and there's something called You Try It. These two things are the other things that we saw in when we were looking for the material from the book, the animation and the interactive figure. If you want to do what's called You Try It here, you'll notice this example says find the slope of the line through each pair of points. And it gives a pair of points and it talks about how to do it. If you click on You Try It here, it takes a second to load, and find the slope of the line through the following pair of points using the slope formula. You can see it's the exact question that I just clicked on. Here we go. And so it allows you to go through this problem yourself and to work through it. And then this is exactly how the problem would look when you're doing it on your homework. So you can do it in here for practice, or I suppose if you find the question that looks like this on your homework, you could do it there as well. So there's that. Let's see. There's also, the book is going to very closely mirror what I cover in the videos, because I draw a lot of cues from the book. So it can be helpful to, even if you're watching the videos, to still scan through the book or something like that. Alright, in any case, enough of the book. That's there. Here we go. And the course schedule. All this schedule shows is when each individual cohort, when I have scheduled for each cohort to show up for class. So you can see cohort A generally shows up on Mondays. Every time throughout the semester is on Monday, except for this. Oh, that was supposed to be. Oh, that's a typo. This is supposed to be cohort A there on September 14th. But every day, generally that cohort shows up on Mondays, except for this very first class on Wednesday there. And cohort B generally shows up on Wednesdays, with the exception of, well, the first week. And then we don't have class on November 11th, so cohort B is going to show up to class, or we'll have a class meeting on that Friday. Other than that, on Fridays throughout the semester, all these that are marked Zoom, I'm going to be doing just a Zoom meeting, so I will be at everyone will log in through Zoom if you attend that class. The online tests, you can see I have the dates when the online tests are due. They will be available 48 hours before that due date, and then they'll be due, September 9th at 11:59 p.m. is when this test will be due. So you just have to make sure you have it done before then. There's more information about the tests and all that sort of stuff in the syllabus, so I do recommend reading through your syllabus. As far as the actual dates of the tests, you can, I have them here. I have that 48-hour, so I guess for instance, this test here that's due on September 9th will be due on September 9th at 11:59 p.m. and it'll be made available basically the beginning of the day, September 8th. So you'll have 2 full days where you have access to that test. So even if you aren't able to do it on one day, you can still do it on the other day. If that doesn't work for you because of some reasons, make sure you send me an email and we get that rescheduled for you. And do that before the test. Don't wait until after the test. Other than that, I think that's a pretty good description of a lot of the stuff on MyLabsPlus. You'll want to play around with the homework and quizzes and all that. I'll do a little bit more description in another video, though.